Gait Analysis.
Gait is a person's manner of walking.
People analyze gait to gain information about lower limb dysfunction in dynamic movement and loading.
6 phases of gait are heel strike, foot flat, mid stance, heel off, toe off, and mid swing. Heel strike begins at the moment the foot touches the ground. There is 30 degrees flexion of the hip and full extension of knee is observed. The ankle moves from a neutral position into plantar flexion. The knee flexion at 5 degrees begins and increases, just as plantar flexion of heel increased. Foot flat is when the body absorbs impact of the foot by rolling in pronation. The hip moves slowly into extension caused by contraction of the abductor magnus and the gluteus maximus muscles. The knee flexion flexes to 15 to 20 degrees of flexion. The ankle does plantar flexion that increases to 10 to 15 degrees. Mid stance is when the hip moves from 10 degrees of flexion to extension. This is carried by a contraction of the gluteus maximus muscles. The knee reaches maximal flexion and begins to extend. The ankle becomes supinated and dorsiflexed to 5 degrees, which is caused by the contraction of the triceps surae muscles. Heel off begins when the heel leaves the floor. The body weight is divided over metatarsal heads. The hip has a 10 to 13 degree hyperextension, which goes into flexion. The knee becomes flexed at 0 to 5 degrees, caused by ankle supination and plantar flexion. Toe off is when the hip becomes less extended and more flexed. The knee is flexed from 35 degrees to 40 degrees, and plantar flexion of the ankle increases to 20 degrees. In toe off, the toe leaves the ground. Mid swing is when the hip flexes to 30 degrees caused by the contractions of the adductors. The ankle is dorsiflexed caused by the contraction of the tibialis muscle. The knee flexes at 60 degrees but then extends approximately to 30 degrees due to the contraction of the sartorius muscle. This extension is caused by the quadriceps muscles. Mid swing is a stage in between early and late swing.